And we have a letter in that regard, which we should have ordinarily brought before the House earlier than now. But we also considered it necessary to personally attend and also hand it over to the chairman. So I'll pass it to the clerk to send it to her. Essentially, the content of the letter is pretty much as stated earlier on, that primarily the victim is on medical treatment. I mean, yesterday was a very long day at the Zuba court. I'm sure everybody is mindful, aware of that, what happened in court yesterday. But most importantly, the matter is currently being investigated by the police and the court. Similarly, the court. The police have not made a lot of progress in their investigations, as they only just commenced sometime late last week. But similarly, there's a pending suit in the High Court, and that in itself makes the matter sub judice, and we're constrained to speak further, because we believe that, I mean, this is also a competent tribunal, in quotes, for lack of a better word. So the documents regarding the matter, the documents regarding the facts in question have suddenly become a public document, which can be procured by anybody who is interested or who wishes to know more about the substance of the case. But like I said earlier on, in response to the invitation letter we received, we were insistent on attending this hearing and also making this position known as a sign of respect, first of all, and also because of the weight that the members of the Senate and the Senate itself has placed on this matter. So that's really why we're here today. Thank you.
Hear your view, not what we can gain access to, which can be denied in any circumstance. But we want to hear from you, if you are going to represent the lady, what actually happened. That is why we have this hearing, so that whatever we can deduce from here, we can present it back to the Senate. It's not trying to fish for information, because that's not going to be a fair hearing. When we are having a hearing, we want to hear facts, and so that you are, being supported well, not from getting information from where. There are several informations everywhere. So we don't, some will say, oh, she's pregnant, some will say she's nursing mother. So there are various informations. So very conflicting. So are you going to talk to us, or you want us to, we don't really know why you're here. Because we wanted to talk to the lady, you said the lady is not available. And we have to report back in 2 weeks. All right? We have that. I have.
Okay. The solicitors should also know that this is not a courtroom. And the person being complained about is a senator. And we have ethics guiding everything about our conduct here. So by the time you are able to explain to us what actually transpired, it will be up to the Senate now to see if he has actually breached those ethical conduct that is expected to at least defend as a senator, or he has breached them, or otherwise. You understand? So it's not a courtroom that we are going to go into details to try to know who is at fault or who is not at fault. But we have standards, and we want to see if those standards have been abused.
You can see that, number one, we invited the assaulted lady. Second, we invited Senator Ishaku. For you to to get a brief from the board, if you have something to say on her behalf, you are free, and we are ready to take it. After we finish with you, we are going to invite the senator for his briefing also. So if you don't have anything to tell us, which means there's no need for you to come here. I hope you understand me. Thank you so much.
A legislative house or committee shall have power to summon any person. Please listen to me. Sure. A legislative house or committee shall have power to summon any person in Nigeria to come and testify, give account, tender a document, or any other record in evidence in the possession or under control of that person as provided in the first schedule to this act. As I just reading the Constitution to you now. So we want to put you under oath for you to answer the questions and present to us.
We have instructions to deliver the letter.
Okay,
She
not just to
instructed us
testify on
not
her
to
behalf,
testify on her
because
behalf.
that's what I was saying.
Because, and I
Then
would like to,
you should have met with the clerk. You shouldn't have had this set up then.
I'm very aware of that, and
That's
like
okay.
I reiterated earlier on.
You are a lawyer.
Yes.
You see, time is of the essence. We've been here since morning. So if you are not going to say anything, and I think maybe we have the next person to testify, and when she's out of hospital, she'll be someone to do the same. So we want to have a fair hearing, because this one has to do with the Senate. I hope it's all right.
Yeah, you're right.
So
yes.
there's no point in you staying if you are not, so don't take much of their time. If you want to really testify on her behalf, you can take the oath. If you are not ready, and I think, you can talk to the clerk, so we can have the next person coming. All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank
but,
you.
See, we don't have the instructions to testify.
That's all right. You don't have to be on mic either. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
I think the word too should go to her. To be good for her to come and testify.
When is she going to be out of hospital?
As at now, we can't ascertain when she will be done. But
What hospital is she at? Is it written in your letter?
No, it's not. This is without informing that she's in the hospital is without prejudice.
Yeah,
And that
that's
was
okay, but
that
you
was
see-
just me saying the instruction we have from her is basically just to.
Don't put on the mic. Switch off the mic. Switch off the mic.
In the since you are representing excuse me, Barrister.
Yes, sir.
Since you are representing your client, it's important. We also know the implications of it. Like I said when I started, that we have our own part of the investigation to do, to now see how our colleague went far, went contrary to our standards. That's exactly, so it has nothing to do with the criminal or
Whatever.
whatever, civil suit that is in court. So it's also advisable that he comes when we invite him as soon as possible. We have only 1 week remaining to submit our report.
If not, if those say the Senate is not fair.
Yeah, because before
Do
they
you understand?
before
So
they
because
announce,
this one has worked on us too.
yeah, because the public is listening, they are eager. This is a very sensitive issue. Now we are giving her opportunity to come and speak to us.
Defend
and
herself.
defend her.
But
To tell us.
are you aware that what you've done is a legislative content you just committed now?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
That's what you,
Which of the actions?
it's a content of the legislative process.
Yes. Okay, that's why we're asking what hospital she's at, because you go and someone had there, because I don't think she's going to be hospitalized for a long time.
Well, I think you can go.
You understand? Clerk.
Chairman, it is good they take the message back to the lady. Because by the time tomorrow they said
No, tomorrow before the week runs out, she has to appear.
she has to come.
Do you understand that? She has to appear.
You want
If not,
justice for her, but
this
you're not
one,
ready to
it won't favor her, because the Senate will take its position. So, yes, and based on what you have done too. So if you are protecting her and not wanting her to talk, then, because the Senate too might take other actions if they are trying to malign the institution. So we are here, it's not something that we are happy to be part of, but we want to give everybody fair share, a hearing. I hope you understand that. Thank you very much. So clerk will see you, and then we'll see how to get the lady here. But she has to be here before the end of the week. Zaman form 5.
The Senate on 8th July to investigate an alleged assault by yourself. And we deem it necessary that you should be given fair hearing. We're also aware that the case is already in court. And we're not here to go into the aspect of the case that is being handled by the court. We have our own duty, our own responsibility as senators to look at issues concerning us as it concerns the public. Because we have an integrity, we have a standard to maintain. And that is why we feel that the Senate feels that a committee is constituted to look into the matter because it has gone public, which you know very well. So it is based on that that the Senate President constituted this committee to give everybody fair hearing. It is based on that we just invited you, distinguished, to tell us, to address us and tell us part of your own story.
Yeah, thank you so much. I will do that. I want to say, and I should not be talking in front of cameras when the matter is already in the court of law. It's subjudice. I came here out of respect for my colleagues, and I'm ready to take the oath and discuss it, but talking in front of cameras when the matter is in court, I will not do.
You know, we have two portions of this to address. One they need to address us, and then have a closed session.
We are still going to have a closed session.
Can you off your mic?
Is it on? Okay.
So that's what we want to do. Yeah. We want you to address us, and then that will just give us an address.
I agree with you, Chairman. But as you said here, talking to cameras.
Well, you have already talked to the whole world.
Yes.
We have listened to you in the whole world, the television everywhere. So what's the difference?
Sir,
I'm just making a statement here.
sir, I will not.
Even if it is one sentence. Say one sentence.
Okay.
You see, distinguished, Chairman, sir, distinguished, we want to tell you, you're just joining us. We have a procedure, and we're also under law. What we're doing as a legislature. You don't come in here when we invite you, despite you are a colleague. All right? You are on the other side now. Everybody requires a fair hearing. What is going on with you affects us as a body. All right? That is why the Senate President constituted this committee. And you can see the level and integrity of the people under here. You don't come in here and dictate to us the procedures we are supposed to adopt. And that is, you don't dictate to us because you undermine us by even trying to do that. You haven't even listened to us. Even if we are going beyond what you expect, you can stop us. But you don't come to on the other side and start dictating to us. Do you want us to protect you, or do you want us to defend you, or you want to be on your own? Because do you realize that the Senate, I off that mic and let me finish. Do you realize that the Senate, when we constitute this, whatever the law gives, we can also suspend you? Do you realize that? No, sir. No, sir.
I will not sit and you threaten me with suspicion.
We are not threatening you. I said
like
we are not threatening you.
I will not sit you threatening you suspension.
With all due respect, sir.
With all due respect to you, I won't sit here. You are my colleague. You are a senator like me. You cannot threaten me suspension.
Excuse me.
I take exception, ma'am.
Excuse me.
Off that man.
Please.
You are digging a hole for yourself.
Excuse me.
All right, then go and bury him.
Okay. I'm also another woman.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
Be careful.
Ma'am, please.
Distinguished. Please, I expect
you threaten them with pressing me in the floor.
Excuse me, please. Distinguished. Why are you behaving this way? This behavior is not expected of you. You see, we have about how many of us senators are here? And even if you take offense in what you say, listen, you keep quiet. You have to address the chair. Please.
Mr. Chairman, is it out of place if I ask that I am not addressing camera, I'm not addressing pressmen? After I've been taken to court, am I out of place, sir? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Now, if he has objection to what you say, to hear our general comment on this.
And that's what
I'm not just taking condition of that, what you just said.
We take that decision. You didn't even wait for us to even talk before saying this is the method that you want us to adopt. You didn't even wait.
Please.
Distinguished, we invited you here. And can you tell us why you come?
Thank you, my distinguished colleague. So I came.
Chairman, oh, sorry, have you finished?
No, he's answering my question. Go on.
Thank you so much, distinguished. I came.
Go on.
Thank you, my colleague. I came because I received a text message. Thank you so much, distinguished Senator, sir. Chairman, with your permission, sir, let me answer my colleague. I came because I received a text message that I am invited by this honorable committee made of distinguished men and women to investigate a viral video that is already there in public domain. And the protests that have been going out there has been loud, has been local and international. And I felt the matter that have been going out there is investigate and prosecute him. Just the same way I received a text message from the police that I should come. I had to go there at the exact time that the police gave me, because I know how important that is, not just for the Senate as a body, but also for police as an institution that is so bastardized by public opinion. And when I also received this text message, I just got this letter today, but I received a call from the clerk and also received a text message. Being that the police were asked to arrest me, which I was arrested, I was detained, I was investigated by the police, I was referred to competent court. I still feel, out of respect for my colleagues, I shall come. But coming in here, I have been receiving thousands of media distance for me to go and address journalists, to tell them my side of story. I refused. But coming in here to be ambushed with media people covering me, I will not talk to the media. I will now ask, as a privilege of a senator, that I address this committee as in a closed session. Not trying to speak about my own side of story to the media and take it out there. Thank you so much.
Chairman, sir, I want to say something. Exactly what you are saying now, that was what we expected you to say on camera. But for you to now begin to talk is not even healthy while camera is on. For you to now tell us the modalities that you want this proceedings to go through, that is wrong. And that is what we are trying to tell you.
Thank you so much.
We're a very, very respectable institution. And when you look at the caliber of people that are here, look at a former governor of repute, former minister. So the Senate president is just not pick anybody. We are mindful of what you are telling us. But let us be, we have a chairman who would decide that. We've already decided, on certain procedures we want to go through, but you don't come and dictate to us. We know what to do. You have to trust us as your colleague. You said, my colleague. You have to trust us on that level.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, my very distinguished colleagues. First, let me say that from our procedures, those of us who have been privileged to be part of the Ethics Committee of the Senate, when suggestions are made, either by our guests or the person that is standing before the committee make suggestions. It is for us to, as members hearing, the case, to confer and agree. This particular case, all of this, our colleague is being taken to court. He's already in court. And of course, the very reason why the other person did not come is because they believe too that the case is already sub judice. That is the reason why she did not come. That is the truth. And since we have Senator Ishaku here, testify before us, I just think I've already mentioned the facts. It is important that we heed, what he has said, really to testify on oath before the press. We mean he too has violated, what we're trying to, prevent, that the matter is already sub judice. So I suggest to that we heed that, so that, we get his testimony in a closed session. Thank you.
Okay, another person want to say something?
Closed session.
So we'll have a closed session. So please, the press can leave us. Start with you formally, and before then, must be under oath. So whatever you are going to tell us will be corrected. So class administer the oath to him, so that he will go to address us.
I, Senator Elisha Ishaku Abbo,
do solemnly
swear
that the
evidence
I shall give before this distinguished ad hoc committee
that I shall give before this distinguished ad hoc committee
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God. So help me God. I deem it as a privilege to first of all be summoned before senators, not just to give an evidence, but as a distinguished senator, whom this body of most distinguished Nigerians are gathered, and today I am privileged to be one of them. I received a text message regarding the viral video that drew international outrage, allegedly my humble self assaulting a lady. When that issue came, the voice that was coming out that time did not in any way give me the chance to actually try to narrate what actually happened, when, what took me there. As of that time, the whole were calling for my head. In order to protect this distinguished institution and also to pacify Nigerians, I went out and I offered unreserved apology to all Nigerians and the international community, even though the matter happened before I became a senator. But today, I am a senator. It doesn't matter what age I am a senator. And my behavior, therefore, robs on all of my colleagues. In fact, the chamber will have been stinking, will have been smelling because of that single viral video. When I got the text message that I should come before the Senate committee, I took it as a great privilege for me to discuss with my colleagues and tell them the truth of what actually happened. Not for me to be, can I say, to be excused, No, so that someone out there will take my story tomorrow. It was overtaken by events because, as you are all aware, the matter was taken to the police, and I was invited by just a text message from the police, and they say I shall appear at 3 p.m. I was in Lagos. I had to go to the airport, got somebody's ticket, wrote agreement that I swapped the ticket, and took flight to Abuja, drove straight to the police station, and handed over myself to the police. I was detained, slept on the floor, until the next day when I was granted bail, administrative bail, under strictest of conditions. Still, the public continues saying, prosecute him. Yesterday, I was prosecuted, and I was taken before a magistrate court, and I am out on bail. I want to use this opportunity to actually relate the incident that happened before I became a senator to my colleagues, because I know that you felt so bad. As it is the practice, matters that is already before the court is sub judice to discuss openly and continue commenting on it. I will now beg this committee, chairman, and the distinguished members and colleagues to allow me to address you in a closed day session using my privilege as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
So what have you?
Yes. Move forward, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think the press can leave us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can see it wasn't only closed door. He also made his statement in public before the cameras. And in the statement, he was able to tell us what transpired throughout the period, including those ones that was not captured on video. And we have also asked our own questions, asking for people who can bear witness to all he said. And tomorrow we are continuing the investigation.
How about the victim of the assault?
Yeah, he was also invited, but we didn't see him here. They said, we didn't see her. We were told she's not feeling well, but we have also asked that she tries to come and see us.
What's the plan for tomorrow, sir?
Tomorrow we are going to see all the witnesses that were mentioned. The police, the victim, the shop owner, the friend, all those that were there. Some police constables that were also there. As many people that were mentioned, we want to see them tomorrow to hear their own side of the story.
Will that be behind closed door too?
No, it's not going to be behind closed door.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. We want to assure you that nothing will be hidden, nothing will be covered. We want to make sure that the writing is done.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.